there's a new DuckTales show. It's real good. It's got David Tennant as one of the voices. Danny Pudi, obviously, who we know as Abed from Community. I'm trying to think who else there was in it, but there was a lot of famous people. I remember noting there were a lot of famous people in it. Let me just quickly... I'm going to look it up. I think the guy who plays John Ralphio in Parks is in there.
Cool.
But basically, little context. Not a huge DuckTales fan of the original DuckTales. I think the theme song's very catchy. You know, DuckTales, woo! Like, you know, you'll be humming that for weeks when you've heard it. But I never really had much passion for the show. I was a big fan of Darkwing Duck. Darkwing Duck was my jam. Loved Darkwing Duck. And all those shows about ducks were set in the same universe for some reason. And they used to cross over and things. That's like stunning. Tailspin had Launchpad in it. Launchpad McQuack, I think his name is, and he was in DuckTales as the pilot there, and it was a whole thing.
It was a whole duck universe.
It was, because they also had Gizmo Duck, which was a duck, again, that originally I think should have been DuckTales, then got his own show, and it's a whole thing. So they've announced this new DuckTales show, and I'm like, okay, I'm mildly interested. David Tennant is a big get. Danny Pudi and Ben Schwartz, as I mentioned, is Huey, Dewey, and I think Bobby Moynihan is Louie from not Parks and Rec, from Saturday Night Live. Katie Ibukuchi is Webby. She's one half of Garfunkel and Oates. It's got a great cast. So I'm like, okay, I might check this out, I guess. And then they announced that at some point in the series, they're bringing in Darkwing Duck. So I'm going,
and
right.
You just got fully excited.
Mate, I'm fully erect, is what I am when they announced that. That's... I am very excited.
What's really weird is I got a little bit of cramp in my leg, so as you said fully erect, I stood up.
Well, like in surprise. Like, fully erect, you say, sir. Yeah, it's one of those things where like my interest in the show was like, okay, this might be good, to I cannot wait for this show. So I get the pilot. That's all they've released at this point. It's like 45 minutes. It's 2 episodes strapped together. You can really clearly see the break between episode 1 and 2. And it's fucking awesome. It is so good. They have really done a great job honoring the original show, but modernizing it. Everything from the humor to the animation style is all very modern, but it does still feel like DuckTales. Like, really, really does capture that sense of like adventure and the grumpiness of Scrooge. They got the characterization just bang on. The sort of like ineptness of Donald Duck, who's also obviously a big part of that series. So, you know, they've done an incredible job basically making this a thing, and I'm praying that it's successful enough for them to do it, to spin it off into more stuff. I mean, it's got to be. They did when they launched the hour long opening episode. They looped it on the Disney Channel for 24 hours. Nothing else aired for 24 hours but this one episode of DuckTales. So I tell you what, Disney are behind it. They're going to ram it down your throat whether you want them to or not.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's insane. To remove all programming from the channel to do that. Yeah, crazy. But maybe it worked. Maybe as a stunt that worked. I don't know. We'll see when the full series hits in September, I think. But I was blown away by how good it is and how well they characterize them. They even make the Huey, Dewey, and Louie seem like individual human beings rather than one duck that's moving really fast to create the impression of 3 ducks in different shirts. You know, they were the same character times 3, and they've given them all really unique personalities, and it's already very clear what they are, and it's just really good. And they've already started working on a second season, I've been told. So that's
cool.
That's interesting, considering that the first season hasn't even started airing properly yet. But yeah, I would go ahead and say I recommend DuckTales. There you go, Chris. A non-Netflix-based show we've talked about. We talked about 2 of them now.